Let the recording start. Okay. So today we'll be starting Android architecture. Okay. And when we talk about Android architecture, basically we are having five things. Okay. The first one is application. Second thing is application framework. Then the next is library. The fourth one is DVM, or we could say APT. Okay. I will be explaining them. Don't worry what DVM and ART. Sorry, not APT. ART. What ART is and what DVM is. Okay. And the last one is basically we could say Linux kernel. Okay. Linux kernel, or we could say hardware. Okay, so let me explain one by one. So this is the diagram. So when we talk about the architecture of Android, we are basically having these five layers. So the first layer is application. So in your mobile phone, you have different types of applications, such as your calendar, your mobile, your WhatsApp, right? Your Twitter, all the applications that you're having in your phone comes under this application layer. The next layer is application framework. Now, application framework, the easiest example is your telephone manager, which is managing your SMS calls. If someone is calling you, or someone is sending an SMS, this telephone manager is basically managing everything, right? So similar to that, we have notification manager. If you get WhatsApp notification or any app is sending any notification to you, notification manager is there. Okay, and then we have view system. So application framework is basically managers, right? So for example, the telephone manager, it is managing our SMS and calls. Okay, the next thing is basically platform libraries, or we could simply say the libraries. Okay, so we have a lot of libraries, okay, such as SSL, FreeType, SQLite, OpenGL. So all these libraries are nothing, they are just a set of functions under a single name. Okay, then we have Android runtime. In Android runtime, we have this Delvik, DVM, and ART. I will be explaining them, don't worry. Okay, so basically this Android runtime is the place where the application is running. Okay, in this the application is working. Okay, so I will be explaining this, don't worry. The last thing is Linux kernel. So in Linux kernel, all the hardwares are there. For example, your Wi-Fi driver, because we use Wi-Fi, right? Your USB driver, display driver, all the hardware which the mobile phone is using, right? All the things are in this Linux kernel. So let me give a quick recap. First one is application. Application is basically your applications that you're using. Okay, for example, your WhatsApp, Twitter, your home, your gallery, your clock. Okay, all this are the examples of application. Any app that you're using, even your PUBG app, right? So that is the application. Then application framework, basically framework which is managing everything. For example, your telephone manager. If you are getting a call, SMS, it is managing everything. Your notification manager. Okay, then we have Android runtime and DVM. I will be explaining them. Then we have libraries, and the last one is Linux kernel. Okay, in which we basically have all the hardwares. Okay, am I clear, everyone? Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Okay. Now let me come to this DVM and ART. Okay, what this DVM and ART is. So, well, first of all, let us see what DVM is. Okay, so the full form of DVM is Delvik Virtual, or we could say virtually. Okay, Delvik virtually. Just a minute, guys. Tabs virtually. Delvik virtually machine. Okay, or we could say virtual machine. Anything you could say. Okay, it doesn't matter. So when we are talking about DVM, the full form of DVM is Delvik Virtual Machine, whereas the full form of ART is Android Runtime. Okay. So what is the difference between DVM and ART? So the first difference is that this DVM is only used till 4.4 Android version, which is KitKat, right? So this DVM was only used till Android version 4.4, which is KitKat. Okay, and this DVM follows GIT compilation. Okay, it is following GIT compilation. Okay, compilation. Okay, this following, it is basically following this GIT compilation. What this GIT compilation is, I will be explaining. Okay, so GIT stands for just in time. Okay, so the full form of GIT compilation is just in time. So this basically means that it converts the source code Java into machine code during the runtime. Okay, so when we are running an application, it is at that runtime, when we are running that application, at that time it is basically converting the source code into machine code. Okay, when we are using that specific thing. Okay, so it means that it is converting the source code. Okay, it is converting source code, okay, which is Java, right, into machine code during runtime. Okay, so this is what GIT compilation is. Okay, so in this, what was happening, it is basically converting the source code into machine code during the runtime. But ART, what is happening in ART, full form is Android runtime, and it is used after Android version 5.0. Can anyone tell me the version 5 name, Android version 5 name? Anyone? Yeah, Lollipop. Okay, so it was used after this Android 5.5. Sorry, it was used after 5 point. Okay, so sorry, 5. So we are right now using this Android runtime. Okay, so ART is used till now. Okay, and we started using this after Android version 5. Before that, we were using DVM, but after version 5, we started using this ART. Okay, Android runtime. Until now, in our latest Android versions, we are using this Android runtime. Now, what is the meaning of this ART? Okay, so yeah, basically this ART is following AOT compilation. Okay, it is following this AOT compilation. AOT, full form of AOT is ahead of time. Can anyone tell me what this ahead of time means? No problem. So ahead of time basically means that it is converting the source code of an application. Okay, ahead of time. Okay. So basically, ahead of time, it means that it is converting the source code of an application before execution or runtime. So basically, before running that application, it is converting the source code. Okay. So what was happening in DVM? It was converting at the time of runtime when we were using that application, right? But in ART, what is happening? It has done already. It has already basically converted the source code of the application into machine code. Okay, so this is already done. So that is the major difference between this DVM and ART. DVM follows GIT compilation and it is not used now, whereas this ART is used till now, and it is basically converting the source code of an application before execution, right? So it is converting source code of an application, source code of an application before executing. Okay, and what is the benefit, of using this AOT? So there is the best, the best we could say benefit of using this ART or AOT compilation is that it will increase the overall performance of that application. So with the help of this ART, overall performance of that application is improving, right? So that is the reason we are using ART. Am I clear, everyone, guys? DVM and ART, very important, guys. We have to remember what DVM and ART is. Okay, so I have given a summary. Let me give one more time. So DVM is only used till 4.4. Okay, and it basically, when we are using an application, at that time the source code is converted into machine code. Okay, so this is DVM. But ART, what is happening? Before running that application, it has done the compilation. It has already converted the source code into machine code. So the major difference is that it is fast. ART is fast, whereas DVM was slow. So that is the reason ART replaced DVM. And right now we are using ART. Clear, guys? Okay. So let us see next topic. So the next topic is, okay, Android application compilation and structure. Okay. So let us see the source code. Okay. So how this compilation process, what is the source code compilation process? Okay. Source code compilation process. Does anyone of you know Android development? Anyone? Guys, does anyone know what source code compilation is? Or anyone is from like this Android development field? Okay, no problem. So let me explain source code compilation process. So what happens when we are running an application, okay, or when we are creating an application, what is happening? First of all, we have Java source code. We could create an application with Java or Kotlin, but I am explaining from Java point of view. So what we need, first of all, there is a Java source code. Okay, after that, what we are doing, we are giving it to the Java compiler. Okay, everyone knows what is compiler and interpreter. Okay, I will be not explaining that. That is a basic. So what is happening? Java source code is going into Java compiler. Okay. After that, what is happening? This Java compiler is basically giving Java byte code. Okay. So it is simply giving the Java byte code. After this, what is happening? After we are having this Java byte code, we are doing DX compilation. Okay. We are doing DX compilation, or you could say we are using DX compiler. So do not get in that deep. It is not that much important, but yeah, it is good to know. So first of all, we are going with Java source code, then we are using Java compiler. After Java compiler, we are having this Java bytecode. Then we are using DX compiler. After this DX compiler, I'm having this Delvik bytecode, okay, also known as Delvik executable code, right? So this is basically the .dex format. Okay, so this is the dex file, and this all dex file. Okay, this dex file is zipped together. This dex file is zipped together to form an application. So this dex file is formed together. Okay, to basically make an application. So we basically zip this .dex to form an application. Okay, to form an application. So let me explain one more time. Okay, so what we have to do, first of all, there is Java source code. Then we are having Java compiler. It is giving us Java bytecode. Okay, then we are having DX compiler. After that, we are having Delvik bytecode, and then we are having Delvik executable code, which is .dx. And all this DX file are zipped together to form an application. Okay, am I clear, everyone? Guys, when I'm teaching, do not chat. Okay, do not chat, else I will be not giving the recordings, so you will miss everything. Okay, last warning, I will be not giving the recordings when I'm teaching. Just focus here. Okay, Ajay, Isank, just focus. Okay, am I clear, guys? Okay, now the next topic is about reverse engineering. Okay, what reverse engineering is. Okay, so we'll be starting. So just a minute. Okay. Okay, Ajay, tell me what reverse engineering is. Turn on your mic. Guys, don't worry. Even if you are giving wrong answers, no problem. Just try to speak. Have the confidence. It will help you only. Anyone? Does anyone know what reverse engineering is? Basically, in terms of Android or anything. If anyone knows the answer, just turn on your mic.
So reverse engineering means remodifying a piece of software, a piece of code. Suppose a piece of software is designed to do a specific task, but we are redesigning that piece of software to do a malicious thing or doing to do that work. So
Correct,
hope
correct.
this.
Sir,
Okay.
may I give another answer?
Yeah, go ahead, Ajay.
So, sir, in reverse engineering, basically, we are, as the word implies, we are just trying to reverse the engineering process. We are step by step decoding what is this, what is the source of the Android app. So you can make changes to the source code and have the functionalities to suit yourself.
Okay, correct. So now let me explain. So reverse engineering is basically what we are doing in this. We are basically reversing the process of the final product. Now, what is the final product? For example, this is an application. Okay, so let me just change the name. So this is an application asif.apk. Now this is the final product. Okay, this is the final product. Okay, from the developer. Final product. Now what I'm doing, I'm basically using some tools to basically get the source code of this application. Okay, so when I'm getting the source code, this process is known as reverse engineering, right? So what I'm doing, basically I'm reversing the process of this final product. So this is the final product, and what I'm doing, I'm basically getting the source code, okay, from this final product. So getting the source code from the final product is known as reverse engineering in the simple terms, right? So what we are doing, there is an application, we are basically reverse engineering it to get the source code, right? So in this, what we are doing, we are basically reversing the process of the final product. Now it could be anything, right? Right now I'm just giving an example of an Android app. Okay, so this is the Android app, and we are basically changing, basically we are getting the source code with the help of reverse engineering. Okay, so this is what reverse engineering is. Am I clear, everyone? Okay, now let us see how we could do reverse engineering in this, like with the help of APK tool, and how we could reverse an Android app. Okay, so APK tool, we'll be using this tool. APK tool is the tool which is used for decompiling and compiling an application. So this is used to decompile and compile an application. So used to decompile and compile, COMPIL, compile app. Okay, so with the help of this, we could simply decompile and compile an application. Okay, guys, so compiles, okay, so APK tool is a tool which is used for decompiling and compiling an application. Now, what is decompiling and compiling? So let me tell you what is decompiling first of all. Then I will be going to this compiling. So decompiling is basically, this is the app. Okay, so this is the app, and getting the source code from this application is known as decompiling. Okay, so what we are doing, we are getting the source code from an application, so that is known as decompiling, right? And what is compiling? So okay, compiling or compile, you could say anything. Now what is compiling? This is the source code, right? This is the source code. From source code we are making an application, so that is known as compiling. Okay, so in decompiling, what we are doing, there is an application. Okay, what we are doing, we are using this APK tool to get the source code, right? That is decompiling. What is compilation, or we could say compile? So basically there is the source code that we got earlier from this decompiling process. Okay, and what we are doing, we are using that source code to make an application. Okay, now let us see a real life practical. So now APK tool, you could simply use this tool anywhere. If you are having Appy, that's good. Appy is already having this, so you don't have to install anything. Right, so let me show you. You could use this tool in your Windows also. You could use in your Mac also. Right, now the ones who are not using Appy, okay, because some of you might be facing problem if you're not using in your Windows, or if you're using Appy. Okay, so if you're facing any problem while using Appy, so let me show you how you can install in Windows also. So in Appy, we are already having this tool, right? I have already told you that Appy is having a lot of tools. So we are already having this APK tool in our Appy, right? Now we could install this in our Linux, any Linux distro. It could be Parrot, Kali Linux, okay, Ubuntu. It depends. Whatever you want, you could install. You could install in Mac. You can also install in Windows. Okay. So I will be just telling you how to install in Windows. Okay. And the process is very easy to like you could install very easily. Okay. So this is the website of APK tool, and the commands are similar. All the commands, for example, if I'm writing this command in my Windows, it is similar. The command will not change. We can use the same command in our Kali, the same command in Appy. Okay, so the commands will not change. Installation is very easy. You could go to this installation path and you could simply see the steps, right? So I will be sharing this Windows file already. I'm having the file. So you just have to unzip it and you have to place that in your C drive. Okay, then you have to use it. Okay, so let me show you how we could use this. So first of all, let me show you one thing, ls, and let me show you this, that right now we are having this. Let me delete this. So if you could see, right now I'm having this app ovapps.apk, right? Now this is the application, and right now we are performing decompilation. So what we are doing, we are getting source code. We want to get the source code of this application, right? So for that, what we are doing, we are going back to our Appy, and there we are typing APK tool. Then we are typing D. D stands for decompiling. Then we have to give the application name. So the application name is OAPS.apk. Now, if I will press enter, it will start decompiling. And now, if you could see, I'm having a folder name as OAPS. Can you see, guys? Don't worry, I will be explaining all the folders in this. Okay, don't worry. In the upcoming sessions, I will be explaining them. Right. So now you can see we are having the source code, right? We are having the files. We are having different things in here. Okay. So this is how we could do decompiling. Now the same command applies on Windows. If we want to use this in Windows, we have to simply use the same command. So right now, this is the APK tool. I will be sharing the zip file. So you just have to unzip this file, and then you have to copy this to your C drive. Okay. And then what you have to do, come to this path and just type CMD. Okay. Just type CMD. And now you are having this command prompt. Now you have to give the application, you have to paste the application in this path. Okay. So now what I have to do, I have to type the same command, APK tool. Then we have to type D stands for decompilation, and the app name. Okay. Right now I'm having this Adobe app. You could use any application, but I'm using this Adobe. Okay. So let me use Adobe.apk. Now you can see we are getting the source code, right? So the process is same, the commands are same, nothing is changing. We are just using different platforms. We are using different OS. That is the major difference. Okay, guys. So you could use this in your Parrot also. Let me show you in Parrot also. So we are having the CV app, right? Let me open here only, and let me type APK tool, and then let me type D, and then the application, right? And let me press enter. Now you can see we have successfully decompiled this application, right? So this is how we could decompile the application. The command will be same. Okay, so let me just give the command. So the command is for decompiling. Okay, the command is APK tool D and the app name. Okay, so this is for decompiling. Am I clear, everyone? Guys? Okay, now for compiling, if you want to compile an application, right? Now let me just. Okay, now for compiling, what we have to do, if we will go back and you will see one thing, we are having this file, right? And I have told you compiling is basically the process from where from the source code we are making an application. So from this source code, we could convert this source code into an application, right? So for that, the command is very simple. So let me just tell you the command. The command is APK tool. Then we have to use B. B stands for build. Then we have to give the folder name which we want to compile into the application. So let me just type OAPS. Okay, the folder name is OAPS. Then what we have to do, we have to give we have to type O. O stands for output. Okay, then we have to give the new application name. For example, I am giving RCEP.apk. Now this app will be converted into this RCEP.apk. Okay, now let us see how we could do this. Now you could follow this command in any OS, Windows, Mac. Okay, it doesn't depend. It doesn't matter. Now, for example, I am showing you this in Parrot. Okay, so what I will be doing, I will be typing APK tool B. Will it automatically create OAPS folder in that command? Yeah, if for decompiling, once you type that command, it will automatically create a folder with the name of that app only. So, for example, if I'm using this CV app, right, and I'm decompiling this, so the folder will be created with this CV name only. Okay, but when we are compiling the app, we could compile with any name. We could give any name which we want. For example, right now, just see, I'm typing APK tool B, then I'm giving the folder name. The folder name is CV, right? Now I have to give an output. O stands for output. And now I could give any name. Like I could give Ajay, and then I could type APK, right? Now you will see we will be having an app with Ajay. Can you see, guys? Now you could sign this application with certificate and you could use it. Don't worry, I will be telling how to sign an application with the certificate. So this is how we could do compilation and decompilation. Clear, everyone? Guys, am I clear, everyone? So this is the process of compilation and decompilation. Very important. Now, let me show you one thing. So you could see these are the files. Okay, these are different files. I will be explaining them. Okay, so we are having different files. Okay, I will be explaining them one by one in the upcoming sessions. Now, With the help of this, we could not see the source code. If you want to see the source code of the application, we could not see the source code, right? For that, what we could do, we have to use this dex2jar. Okay, so with the help of dex2jar, we could simply get the source code of the application which we could see. Okay, so with the help of APK tool, we were basically getting all the files, folders, and everything of that application, but we were not able to see the source code. For source code, we have dex2jar. Okay, so it is used to get source code, sorry, of an app. Okay, so it is used to get the source code of an application. Now I will be sharing this dex2jar. Okay, how you could install it. So simply you could go to Google, you could type dex2jar. Okay, and you could click on this dex2jar download. Before it, please disable your Windows security and then click on download. Okay, but I will be sharing the file, don't worry. Okay, so you have to download this and you have to use this. Okay, now let me show you how we could use this. So I'm already having this. I will be sharing in WhatsApp also, don't worry for that. Android, okay, where is that? Yeah, so I'll be sharing this folder with you, don't worry. So now what we have to do, here we have to type. First of all, we have to come to this dex2jar folder. Okay, so we have to come to this dex2jar folder. Then we have to type cmd. Okay, you have to open your cmd. So you could just type cmd. Now what we have to do, first of all, you have to copy any app, the app that you want to. So for example, I want to get the source code of that OAPS app. So I have to copy that app into this specific path. Then only I could get the source code, right? So for that, what I have to do, I have to copy it. Okay, so you have to copy that. For right now, what I'm doing, I'm using this APK app to see. I want the source code of this APK app, right? So right now, what I will be telling you is basically I will be showing you how to get the source code of this particular application. You could follow this command in any application, for any application. Okay, so now what we have to type, we simply have to type this command, which is dex2j. Okay, sorry, small j. Then we have to type dex2jar .bat. Now if you will see, we are having the same file in this folder also. Okay, so where is the file? Yeah, so this is the file, right? The same file is in our folder also. So we have to write this folder name in our command prompt. Okay, then we have to give the application name. So this is the application, which is AP. Then we have p.apk. Now let me press enter. Okay, dex2jar, what happened? Just a minute, let me just drag and drop this. Let me drag and drop this. Okay, let me press enter. Okay, so now if you could see, guys, we could simply drag and drop also. Okay, okay, that's not a problem. If you want, you can simply drag and drop, it will work. Okay, so I have just drag and drop the, first of all, that is the dex2jar file, and the second one is basically our app. Okay, so I have just drag and drop the path. Now you could see I'm having this app apk, basically this apk folder. Okay, let me see where is that file is. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Okay, now once you run this command, what will happen? Right now we are using this application. Okay, so once you run this command, what will happen? You will get this jar file. Okay, executable jar file. Okay, so once you run this command, okay, and you can simply drag and drop. So first of all, you have to use this dex2jar bat file. For that, you could simply drag and drop if you want, or you could type it. Okay, so this is the first thing that you have to do. Now second thing is you have to drag and drop the application also, right? So I'm giving this, I'm just copying this, and so this is how you could do this. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the first thing that you could do, or you could simply type dex2j. Okay, and then you could simply type dex2jar.bat and the app name. Okay, .apk. So this you could do, or you could do any the previous one. Okay, so you could select any one. Okay, now after this process, you will be having this file, executable jar file. Now To see this specific file, we need one more tool. Okay, to open this file, we need one more tool. Okay, which is we need one more tool, which is JDGUI. So we cannot see the source code until we have this JDGUI. So to see that executable jar file, we need this JDGUI. Okay, so with the help of this, we could see the source code. Okay, we could see the source code, or simply we could read the source code. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we have to download this. I will be sharing this also. Don't worry, I will be sharing the WhatsApp group. Okay, download. So you can download this JDGUI from this website. Okay, if you want, and I will be sharing this also. So once you download this, what you have to do, go back. Okay, what you have to do, you have to go back to this folder where you have installed it. Okay, now you have to open that JDGUI. Okay, you have to open it, and now you have to open the file which you have just that you have got from the previous process. Okay, with the text to jar. So let us see where that was. Just a minute. Let me just select first of all my drive D. Then Android PT. Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to go to my text to jar folder, and now I have to select this jar file. Okay, the one that we got from the previous process. Select this, open this. Now, guys, you could see we are having the source code. We could see the source code of the application, right? Can you see, everyone? We are able to see the source code. Am I clear, everyone? So this is how you could see the source code. Let me give you a quick recap. Okay, so what you have to do, first of all, for getting the source code of an application, to see the source code, we need this text to jar. So you have to first of all download it, or I will be saying that you just have to use this. So go to that specific directory of this app tool. Okay, for example, this is the path. Okay, go to this path, type cmd. After that, you could simply drag and drop this BAT file. Okay, you could simply drag and drop this. Where is the file? This BAT file, batch file. Okay, or you could simply type this specific command. Okay, anyone will work. After that, you will be having a jar file. To see that jar file, you need JDGUI. Okay, so you have to download this. After this, you could simply open the specific file and you could see the source code. Am I clear, everyone, guys? Okay. Now, let me tell you one more thing. This is manual, right? This is basically we are doing everything offline. But we have one more thing which is known as online decompilers. So, online decompilers are also there, okay, which are very easy, but I will not suggest you to use them because if you are working for a company, you are doing project. So, if you will upload the application there, what will happen? Anyone could see it, right? So, for that, we don't use this online decompilers. Okay, so you can simply type online decompilers, okay, and you will be getting a lot of results. So let me open this one. Okay, and now what you have to do is simply have to upload that application. Any application you could upload. Okay, so let me upload one application. Just give me a minute. So now if you can see, I am successfully uploading a file, and I have uploaded this file. Now I'm able to see these two folders. The first one is basically the resources that we can get with the APK tool process, right? And the second one is basically the thing that we were doing manually with text to jar, okay, and JDGUI. So this is all the folders that we were getting from our APK tool process, right, guys? Can you see? And this is the source code. Can you see this? Right, so this is what we can do. Okay, so these are also one of the things that we could do, but yeah, I will not suggest this because if you're working for a company, never upload an application that you are testing. Okay, because everyone can see the results. So this is the online decompilers that you could use. Okay, so today we have completed our module 6 and we have completed module 7. Okay, so today we have seen 3 tools: APK tool, text to jar, and JDGUI. So we have completed till module 7. From Monday, we will be starting module 8 and so on. Okay, so from Monday, we will be starting module 8. Am I clear, everyone? Guys, notes will be shared and recording will be shared. Okay. Okay. If anyone is having any doubt, let me know. Others can leave. Okay. Thank you for joining, guys. Bye bye. No, there is no assignment. You will be getting a project. Okay. You will be getting a project for that. Okay. Thank you for joining, guys. Bye bye.